Hey guys, how's it going? It's been forever and a day since I've done anything video-wise. So I thought, you know what? Hell with it, I'll make a video post for the first time and never. So why not? And I mean, kind of necessary right now. So just as an update, and I posted on Harrison's Heroes earlier. So I mean, there's an update there as well. But kiddo's okay at the moment. He seems to be bringing up a whole pile of crap from his lungs between him actually coughing stuff up finally, which has been huge. And then what else? The medications, as far as I know, are working, and by medications I mean the antibiotics. They're working, as far as we can tell, anyhow. And so it's just a matter of sit on your hands and wait and hope and pray, right? All that jazz. And there's obviously, it's not been without its trials and tribulations and its ups and downs, and it's just the way it goes, right? So nothing you can do about it, unfortunately, in this regard. And I'm just happy that he's stable at the moment, and quite frankly, it's been hard to watch. I won't lie. I mean, like I play it up well, like it's old hat for me, the hospital and everything. And in a lot of ways, yeah, it is. But in other ways, it's really hard and very different, obviously. Especially regarding Harrison, right? That I think that goes without saying, and I think you can all appreciate that. If it was your kiddo in this predicament or whatever, you'd be a bit crushed as well. I would surely think, anyhow. So, Britt's at home getting some rest. That's been huge to her. She's without Grayson tonight again, which is also huge because he can be a bit of a challenge. That boy, I love him dearly, but he's not without his challenges. So, and that goes with being a 2.5-year-old, of course. What are you gonna do? So, I keep telling everybody, chin up and soldier on. That's all I can do. I don't know. One day to the next, it's questionable what's going on with him. But to me, personally, and I haven't been here terribly long. Like, this is only my second day at the hospital with, full day. He's doing better, in my opinion. Again, he's responding well to the new antibiotics, and I think he's just, genuinely doing all right. Again, there's been a lot of physiotherapy going on, chest percussions, kind of pushing and shaking and whatever else, basically beating on him till he relents and brings up some of the crap in his lungs. And that's just how it is. So for now, it's a long road, and it doesn't really look like there's much of an end in sight. And that's been problematic for Brittany and I. We desperately want our boy home, but we're not sure what that's going to look like. Come time that he does potentially get home. Whether he's going to be, at Noble Kid or not, or what that's going to look like, what sort of level of care he's going to require if he does finally get home, and so that's kind of where we're at. Yesterday we had a sit down with a couple of the doctors, the lead pediatrician, I believe, at the Children's, and another doctor from the Rotary Flames house, because they're obviously watching his case closely and so on and so forth. So it's good that they're on top of it and that they know exactly what's going on, but that comes with some difficult decisions we've had to make. I don't really want to get into it too much. However, what I will say is there is potential for him not to come out of this. And I know that's that's a terribly heartbreaking thing to have to ponder, and we're navigating this as best we can, trying to wrap our heads around everything. Unfortunately, we know with the disease, the GM1 gangliosidosis, that there may be, that finality that is just a terrible eventuality in his life, and it's an unavoidable thing. We know it's terminal, it's fatal, it always is, and there's no coming back from it. You just, you don't think about it, as much until all of a sudden it's kind of presented to you more than just thinking about it, right? It's kind of brought to the forefront, and you're sitting on that thought going, oh shit, how are we gonna make it through this? I put on a brave face every day, guys. Like I say, chin up and soldier on. I'm doing the best by my kid as I can, and by my wife, and by my brother, by his little brother. But I'm not without all sorts of emotional issues and mental issues from it, and from prior other things. But it only further exacerbates those things. I can't speak to Brittany's feelings on it, but I will say this: she has done amazingly, especially considering she was at the children's for 16 days, I believe. Yeah, it's not been easy. It's been a struggle, for all of us. I really struggled with the idea that I couldn't see my son or my wife for a great while there, and God damn it, it doesn't get easier, She's my rock, and she keeps me grounded, and whatever else, and it's hard. Like I say, it's hard not for her not to be here, and for me not to be with her, and not to have the little guy running about and everything else. It just we're like two ships passing in the night, with this whole thing, it feels like. So again, nothing is dire at the moment. I want everybody to make that clear in their minds that it's absolutely not the thing at the moment. I will try to keep everybody updated and abreast of the situation as best I can. My stay here may be a bit shorter than I'd like, solely based on the fact that I'm kind of spelling her off for the weekend so that she can get some much needed rest, and whatever else goes with trying to decompress and get herself back into the mindset of being stuck in the hospital with him. The fortunate thing for us, though, we've been able to stay either within the room with him overnight, which I haven't yet, and I don't know that I'm going to. We have one of the family rooms that's been made available to us, so I've been lucky enough to spend a night in there, as loud and clanging and banging and everything else as that is. So hopefully she'll utilize it when she gets back. There is a phone, 5 feet away from the bed, so it's not as though if there is something going south or some issues or whatever the case, that the nursing staff can't call that directly. But again, not dire, not currently. We're not looking at any sort of end yet. He's fighting hard. He's a stubborn kid, and he comes by it honestly. Both sides of the family, we're very, very stubborn people, and he's digging his heels in, and that's all I can ask. I know it's hard, for a nonverbal child who's very disabled to try to express what if anything is bothering him, and so on and so forth. But best I can tell, he's doing okay. Now, to kind of the meat and the potatoes of the whole situation. He needs to find his way off of the BiPAP machine during the day. And we have to rely on him to be able to do it. We're following his lead in all of this, as are the doctors. They're going to do everything in their power to try to get him, up and going again. Today, while better, was not the super duper best day in the world. We didn't end up getting him up and in his wheelchair and outside for some air. They were talking thunderstorms here, and I mean, you can kind of see the clouds behind me, but there's been nothing out from it. No rain, no nothing. Back home, they had everything. Rain, thunder, lightning, hail. So I guess it missed Calgary. I'm not too heartbroken about that, I won't lie, but my biggest concern with getting him outside today, because one, it was particularly windy earlier, and two, with the idea of thunderstorms, I did not want to turn my son into a rolling lightning rod. I'll make that abundantly clear. That was not, in my mind, not an option. We weren't going to risk that. So tomorrow's a new day. He'll get up. We'll get him out, and we'll get him some air and some sunshine, and we'll see how it goes. Now, again, the BiPAP. If he can eventually kind of start finding his way off of it, the idea then would be to go back to doing what they're calling sprints, and what the sprints are is trying to see if he can sustain oxygen saturation via nasal prongs and just a bit of supportive oxygen. I believe they want him to be able to breathe on his own without the forced air from the BiPAP. Because essentially it's a ventilator. Okay. Just trying to think here. What else? I'm sure the assistance of oxygen, like from a concentrator, portable bottle, whatever the case, like that, I think would be sufficient, rather than just being able to breathe room air. I don't know though. You haven't really specified completely what we're looking at there, so yeah. So slow road ahead, and a long one. I think I made that overly clear. But yeah, he's not coming home anytime soon. I'll state that as well. This is not going to be an easy thing. Now, his lung was overinflated, according to the X-ray, or as it appeared to the doctors on call. So they did dial back the BiPAP just slightly on one of the settings, and he seems to be managing. There doesn't seem to be any issue, and the idea there is to get that lung back to normal and doing its thing properly. He's still bringing up the crap from the lung. Like I say, whether it be from coughing, chest physio, and whatever. They're suctioning plenty. They're doing deep suction. They're trying to get as much of it out as they can. And they are getting a fair bit, and that's been a huge thing too. So I'm just trying to make sure I cover everything here with what I'm trying to relay to everybody. I think that's about where we're at for the most part. I don't know that there's much more to touch on with that. So that all said, these are trying times for the wife and I. I'm still trying to go to work every day to bring in a paycheck. She's on another leave. I may also end up on a temporary leave from work as well. The fact that I haven't already is a small miracle, I think, to pretty well anybody that knows me. I'm trying my best not to, and I think more than anything, I'm trying to avoid it until I can't. I'm trying not to stress out until there's something to stress out about. So we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty well all I've got to try to relay. Again, it's on Harrison's Heroes on Facebook. So if you want a little less long-winded, a quick read, whatever you want to call it, it's not super quick, but not as drawn out as as fucking video. So yeah, so I guess with all that said, keep them in your thoughts, blah blah blah, all that jazz. If you can, the GoFundMe's still running, to kind of help us along. Gas is not affordable right now, and wear and tear on the vehicle, and trying to stay fed and everything else that we have to try to do. Right. So look for that. I believe it's still posted on Harrison's Heroes. I know my wife's family has been posting it. My sister has posted it on Facebook as well. Just search for Hope for Harrison on GoFundMe. And I mean, for the most part, you that are following along, you've already, you're trying to help. You have helped. You continue to help, and we are forever grateful. And in your debt. We couldn't possibly ask for a better group of individuals and families and whomever the hell else that have helped us out along the way. It's no easy task, and it's raising a child with a disability, or in this case, multiple disabilities. It's a pricey thing, and I'm reaching out, but my pride is really getting the best of me, because I don't like to ask for help, and I don't like to lean on people. I'm call it pride, call it selfishness, call it what you will. I don't know. I have a hard time accepting help, and this is one of the times that my family desperately needs it. So, all right, enough rambling, enough jibber jabber, all the other BS that goes with it. Thank you for being there for us, whoever you are. And like I say, I'll try to make sure I keep updating and keep everybody abreast of the situation. And again, look for Harrison's Heroes on Facebook. My wife is always posting, and I'm going to try to do better with it as well. So. Okay, guys, I got a hockey game that I don't want to watch, that I'm trying to watch, and I said I wouldn't watch, and it's getting out of hand again, so yuck. Go Panthers. Sorry, Edmonton fans. You can suck it. Later, guys.